Are brought to you in part by Rothy Family Flooring, Anchor In and Anchor Away, Erickson Custom Building, H&R Block, APAC Kansas, Shears Division, Prairie Star Health Center, First National Bank, The Medicine Shop, Reno County Area Transit, RCAT, Next Tech Wireless, Midwest Ford and Toyota, Salt City Pawn, Amelia Bedelia's, Brickhouse Boutique, Ashcraft Pharmacy, and these Sportscaster Club members, Lowen Corporation, Burning Chiropractic, Dr. Robert Epp, Portfolio Recovery, Green Vision Group, Craig Barkley Plumbing, and Mega Manufacturing. All the exciting action of the Blue Dragons is on now. Let's go to the broadcast booth for the play-by-play with the Eagle Sports Crew on Eagle Radio.
Well, hi and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Dodge City, Kansas. I'm Glenn Brunwald, joined by Darren Dunn, and we're going to bring all the exciting basketball action to you tonight as Hutchinson Lady Blue Dragons at 19-0 gets set to take on the Dodge City Lady Conquistadors at 9-10. Another road game for the Blue Dragons. Another Wednesday. It seems to be, and that's the way it's been this year. And this one's no exception. Blue Dragons coming off two nice wins over the weekend. Two very nice wins, actually, over the last week. With a nice win over Garden City in a convincing fashion. Blue Dragons won it over Garden City by the score of 87-56, which I thought was one of the most complete games that the Lady Dragons have played this year. And then a nice win against Pratt, a stingy Pratt team, a very good Pratt team at that, 69-38. And Blue Dragons are 19-0, ranked number 4 in the nation. Now, Darren, I did not check the poll today. They came out, the national poll came out a day late because of Martin Luther King Day. I'll check that just a second, but the Blue Dragons still number 4 in the nation last time we looked, and undefeated at 9-0. The big thing is they are top in scoring in the Jayhawk Conference at number 11 in the NJCAA with 84.7 points per ball game, but also very stingy defensively. They're ranked first in defense in the league, and then also ranked number 4 in the nation defensively for what they do to teams defensively. They really shut them down, only allowing field goal percentage of 30.4% and rebound total of 28.7. So this is a good Blue Dragon team we've been following each and all year long, and tonight's game against Dodge City should not be any exception.
Yeah, going back to that defense, one of 4 teams in the nation currently holding opponents to less than 50 points per game, right at 49.8. Think about this, 9 opponents that the Blue Dragons have faced this season, they've held them to less than 50. The other 17 held them to less than 40. Also defensively forcing 22.6 turnovers a game. So we talk about some of that turnover trouble the Blue Dragons have had throughout the season. They've countered that by forcing almost 23 per contest. And in addition to those turnovers that we talked about, there was that stretch of 5 games where they had 20-plus turnovers a game. They've really kept that in check over the last few. Been around that 13 mark, and in the last contest, went up to about 17. But still, when you're beating teams handily like they did against Pratt, 69-38, 17 turnovers don't sound too shabby.
Exactly. Also, assists to turnovers, they're at 20.8. When you look at Dodge City at 12.8, you can see the difference in there. That's why one team is 19-0, the other team subpar at 9-10. But take nothing away from the Lady Conquistadors. While they don't have any double-digit leaders, they do have a lot to score between 5 points and 9 points per ball game. So the Blue Dragons are going to have to be, the Lady Dragons are going to have to be set and ready tonight to play some good defense.
Yeah, it's kind of that scoring by committee. As you mentioned, there are 9 players that average 5 points or more in conference play. No players averaging double-digit scoring, so they really rely on a handful of ladies to try and score some of those points. The downside of that, Dodge City, even though they average over 60 a game, have not reached that 60-point mark in 4 games. And, of course, this Dodge City team, you keep mentioning, is 9-10, but only 2-7 in the last 9.
Blue Dragons kept that number 4 in the nation ranking after the day's poll came out, even though, like, number 5 beat number 3. So, talking to Travis Kirk the other night, he filled in for John Andres on Dragon Talk. Wasn't sure if they could leap up a little farther or not, but still, undefeated at 19-0 is their goal right now, and they keep running through this league. This game here, then we travel home to take on Colby. That's Hall of Fame night. Also, it's going to be Chili and Pie night at the Sports Arena coming up this coming Saturday night. So you want to make sure that you get your pies made and get a hold of Julie at 665-3531, and she will instruct you as to what you could do. That's from 4:45 until 7 o'clock in gym number 3 on the north side. So come on out. That's a good fundraiser for the athletic department at Hutchinson Community College. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and set the stage for this one. The Blue Dragons matching up against the Lady Conquistadors in Dodge City. We're on the campus of Dodge City Community College. Darren and I'll come back and talk about a little tour that we took of the high school facilities with Sean Boston, who's the broadcaster for Dodge City, when we return in 2 minutes.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112. Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Tax reform impacts virtually every tax return this year. That means yours, too. If you're wondering what that means for you and your refund, but don't want to spend hours reading the tax code, head over to H&R Block. No one knows tax reform better than Block. Their tax pros will help you find every credit and deduction available, so you get every dollar you deserve. Because wouldn't you rather spend more time thinking about what to do with your maximum refund and less time figuring out what a TCJA qualifying eligible dependent is? Hint, it's your kid. In person or online, Block has your back.
Visit H&R Block in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
The Rothy family name has always been connected to serving the Hutchinson community, and you can expect the same kind of high-quality service when you visit Rothy Family Flooring. They believe you deserve to be treated like family, so they've invested in their own talented and trustworthy installers to lay your floors. No outside contractors will ever knock on your door if Rothy works for you. Let them show you their expansive selection of name brand flooring and trust your home to the best. Rothy Family Flooring, 325 North Main, Hutchinson.
To anyone considering a change in family doctors or looking for an attentive primary care physician who's more concerned about you than your insurance, welcome to Prairie Star Health Center. We offer health care held to a higher standard with a choice of dedicated, compassionate physicians. Experience the difference you'll feel when you have a patient-centered medical home. Prairie Star Health Center, 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
Welcome back to the home of the Conquistadors, Dodge City, Kansas. Glenn Grunwald, Double D, Darren Dunn. I guess it's Double G and Double D today doing all the action here. Hey, real quick, I want to remember to point out that Ty Kimbrough, who had the knee injury in practice, is still out for what we know for right now. I think they might have got some good news, and she just might have to get back in. It's nothing's tore, so she'll have to get back in playing shape. But Darren, she was just starting to play pretty good basketball the last couple games.
She really was. She'd increased her minutes per game, and she was kind of consistent with those 6 points and 6 rebounds. So not only getting you some offensive points, but pulling down boards when you needed them.
You and I had a nice afternoon. We met up with Sean Boston, and he got a hold of the activity director at Dodge City High School, and they gave us a tour of the new facility over there that is an indoor turf football field, basically, but it's kind of a multi-purpose facility. Very nice facility. I was impressed. What about you?
Yeah, I really liked it. You know, we know all about this being a tornado shelter over here for Dodge City. That becomes another one over there, and not only a place to kind of take football indoors, but softball and baseball and soccer, you name the sport or the activity, and you can pretty much do it in there. And they had all those teams using up those facilities, that indoor turf facility for the softball players. You had basketball going on just a few steps away, so quite impressive to say the least.
Well, you know, when we came in, we actually came in on floor level and then went down some stairs, and so we were kind of partway underground. I think the west side must have opened it up specifically in that, but a new high school out here a few years ago, and they really are making the most of it. It was interesting. They did a bond issue, and the old bond just had elapsed when the new bond took over, so there was no increase in taxes or anything, but it really was a nice facility, and you can see how that's going to benefit a lot of athletes from the heat of the summer to practice to YMCA football, indoors, YMCA soccer. Sounds to me like they're doing a lot of things there.
Yeah, they even said last year, you know, as the softball team was getting ready for state, you get days outside that are a little bit too windy or conditions aren't just right. It gives you another place to go and practice instead of just going through the motions somewhere else. You actually have the space to get the practice done that you need to get done.
One last thing before we give starting lineups coming your way in just a little bit, as we're getting close to tip time here out at Dodge City Community College, is the fact that they're also going to do some renovations to the old Memorial Stadium and improvements to the locker rooms, as well as also improvements in kind of a 5-phase approach. The last, of course, would be the press box, but they're going to do some improvements there as well. And that's a glorious old stadium that could use some tender loving care.
Yeah, and the tender loving care that I was hoping was going to go into it is not going into it. If you've been out there, they have a standalone speaker system for the public address, which is crazy to me that you can pump out that much sound out of one speaker, but they're very happy with it. It was a very expensive piece of equipment, and they say it does the job, and it's there to stay.
All right, we're about set for starting lineups, and with your starting lineups for tonight's ball game, here's Darren Dunn.
Conquistadors have shaken things up a little bit throughout the season. They do it again here tonight. We'll start the 5'6" sophomore guard out of Indianapolis, Indiana, number 3, Alec Fitz. She's averaging 6.4 points per game in conference play. Face a familiar name from last year, Addison Rowley. Comes back here as a sophomore, the 5'7" guard out of Woodward, Oklahoma, wearing number 23. Kaylin Maple bringing a little bit of size, the 6'1" forward. A sophomore, the hometown product. One of 2 players on this Dodge City Conquistador roster that actually played high school basketball here in Dodge City with Tia Bradshaw, the Blue Dragon. Allie Baker at guard, a 5'8" sophomore out of Watonga, Oklahoma, wearing number 30. And then another player bringing some size to this Dodge City lineup, the 6'1" sophomore forward from Allen, Texas, Haley Hill. For the Blue Dragons, nothing has changed. It's that lineup you've become accustomed to. Abby Ogle, who's been playing so well, led the Blue Dragons in scoring last game with 13. We talk about all the things she does off the stat sheet. She was able to get it done points-wise on the stat sheet against Pratt. Ogle, the 5'8" freshman out of Baldwin City, Kansas, wearing number 2. The aforementioned Tia Bradshaw, hometown product from Dodge City, wearing the red and blue for Hutchinson Community College, the 5'8" sophomore out of Dodge City, Kansas. Then at forward, a 5'11" sophomore from Olathe, number 22, Dejanay Roebuck. There's the 5'6" freshman out of St. Paul, Minnesota, Michaela Van Het. She has a 2.4 assist to turnover ratio in conference play. She knows how to take care of the basketball. And finally, the 6-footer, the sophomore from Limpville, Kansas, forward number 32, Jada Mickens.
I understand. That out, but we'll try to get that adjusted and fixed here in just a little bit and see if we can get this done, and now see if we get another text back. So thanks for the introduction of players. We're about set to get underway with this ball game. Again, Josh Gooch unable to make the trip out as he had knee surgery right after the first part of the year. I heard you getting lots better, Josh. Hope you're doing well. Start to feel a little bit better. I know we'll be seeing you before too long, and you can get your order for your pie in any time, because I know a lot of folks are going to make just what you want. Steve X already got his custard pie order in, and I forgot to ask John about that. I need to find out maybe sometime this week what kind of pie he wants for this coming Saturday night. Just around the corner also is going to be Pink Out Night, and I understand the shirts are ready to be purchased now at the athletic department. So $10 suggested donation. Stop by and see them. You've seen them already, Darren. Say they look pretty good.
Yeah, great shirts once again. I'm always impressed at what they can pump out. Steve Kappenman, of course, does so much great work with those Pink Out shirts every year.
All right, we're going to jump center, and we're about set to get underway. Here's your play-by-play. Here's Darren Dunn.
Maple against Mickens on the jump, and the Conquistadors take it. Maple with a little bit of a size advantage at 6'1", just an inch taller than Jada Mickens at 6 foot. Conquistadors with the first possession here on Goff Burke Family Court inside the Dodge City Student Activity Center. Working to the left side go the Conquistadors, and the ball's taken away. They tried to go inside. Dejanay Roebuck wasn't having it, and the Blue Dragons possess the ball. Abby Ogle runs the point, quickly gives it off to Michaela Van Het. Right side wing, Dejanay Roebuck, she holds it high, dumps it inside to Ogle. Ogle one dribble and kicks it across to Van Het. Missed her target, out of bounds. Back-to-back turnovers for these two teams.
Tough situation right there. Van Het just kicked it over to the corner, not able to get it to her man, and it ends up being a turnover.
Conquistadors average the least amount of turnovers in conference play. Already with one early. A near travel, and there it is from the left side wing for Allie Baker. She thought about picking that dribble up, and when she did, got those feet going because she saw an opening in the defense. It's the second turnover on Dodge City. Man-to-man defense for the Conquistadors in home whites. Blue numerals on the trim with a little bit of yellow around it. Dragons in road reds. Michaela Van Het guarded up top by Rowley. Ogle takes it to the right side wing, dribbles down into the block, picks up her dribble, kicks it to Mickens for a long three. Just grazed the rim. The rebound comes down to Hill. and the Conquistadors. Allie Baker, 5'8" sophomore out of Oklahoma. Moves the ball to the left corner to Maple. Maple starts to drive in and decides better of it, pulls it back out. Guarded tightly by Mickens. Ball swings around, right side corner now to Hill. She drives baseline, is caught, 7 to shoot. Inside the right block, nowhere to go is Maple. She kicks it out, 3-point attempt, air ball from Rowley. But offensive rebound with 1 on the shot clock. She didn't realize how much time was left. It fits, but she was able to get the shot off. It glanced off the front of the rim. Another offensive rebound to Maple, and now knocked out of bounds by the Blue Dragons. The Conquistadors have a fresh 28.
Thought for sure that was going to be a shot clock violation. It would have went over to Hutchinson, but they elected to do it a different way.
Fitz did just barely get it off. Grazed that rim, and perhaps, Glenn, the Blue Dragons thought the same, and that's why they stopped playing ball. And the Conquistadors came away with an offensive rebound. 2 minutes into the contest, we're scoreless. A couple of turnovers already for Dodge City. 1 for the Blue Dragons. Baby hook on the inside from Maple. Left-hander, no good. Mickens pulls the rebound down. Dragons are on the run. Tia Bradshaw finds the opening inside to Dejanay Roebuck on the left block. And the Dragons are up by 2.
Yeah, nice assist right there as Bradshaw got it down to Mickens and up and good for 2.
Blue Dragons assist on 67.4% of all made baskets. This is a team that shares the ball. Up top, guarded closely is Baker. Will she throw it away? Yes, she does. Down to the floor. Right in front of the Dragon bench went Mickens to scoop it up. The Conquistadors already have 3 turnovers. Tia Bradshaw for 3. Left wing air ball. Rebounded into the hands of Alec Fitz. Fitz gives it away to Allie Baker. Blue Dragons drop back into the man-to-man defense. Right side is heavy offensively for the Conquistadors, and that's the direction Baker goes. She kicks it to the right wing to Hill. Hill inside against Mickens and Roebuck. The turnaround is no good. Dejanay Roebuck pulls down the rebound for Hutchinson. Tia Bradshaw, left-handed dribble. She pulls it up and throws it away. Tried the bounce pass inside to Jada Mickens. It wasn't there. Defender cut it off, and Alec Fitz goes the other way. The layup is no good. Tia Bradshaw altered the shot. The ball goes ahead to Dejanay Roebuck, and that's good for 2. Dejanay Roebuck has 4. All of the Blue Dragon points. 6:30 left in the first. We're back in Dodge City after this.
Can you reach down and get my bag down there?
We all like to save money when and where we can, right? You can do that every day at Salt City Pawn and Jewelry. Hi, this is owner Paul Phillips inviting you to stop in and say hi to our friendly staff. And while you're here, check out over 3,000 square feet of great merchandise priced at outstanding values. We don't have to offer huge sale prices for one day only when we do that on a daily basis. Save big over retail prices on firearms, electronics, guitars and amps, name brand tools, video games, jewelry, and more. See us at 916 East 4th and Hutch, just east of 4th and Severance. We're proud to be alumni and supporters of all Blue Dragon athletics.
HCC Sports is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert F. of the Hutchinson Clinic, Barkley Plumbing, Vernon Chiropractic Center, Tim and Gina Ritter, along with Brian Strange of the Green Vision Group, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Wade Patton Insurance, A&A Builders, Bold Office Shares, Mega Manufacturing, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Lowen Corporation, Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, and by Mann, Wyatt, and Rice, LLC. These Sportscaster Club members help provide funds for HCC scholarships.
Nearly 4 minutes gone by, only 4 points on the board. They all belong to Dejanay Roebuck and the Blue Dragons for the moment. The Conquistadors will throw the ball away again. Alec Fitz worked her way down to the left block, and at 5'6", didn't have a shot amongst the trees. Tried to kick it back out. She threw it away for the 4th turnover for Dodge City.
She's been prone so far for turnovers in this ball game.
Dragons run 4 down to the baseline. Bring Michaela Van Etten up top. Dejanay Roebuck hands off to Abby Ogle. Ogle, left corner to Van Etten. She drives in, nearly had the ball knocked away, but right back into her hands. Down on the ground go the Conquistadors. Tia Bradshaw gets scrappy, tries to get down there as well. The Dragons throw it away, and then Tia Bradshaw steals it right back. Nearly had an opportunity at the layup, couldn't get it to go. And we'll have our first foul of the game with 4 minutes and 10 seconds gone by.
And called on the Blue Dragons.
Goes against Abby Ogle, her first. Dragons lead it under 6 here in the first quarter of action. 4-0. Blue Dragons go into full court pressure. Into the game now for the Conquistadors, Kaylee Dale. She also brings size at 6 foot. A sophomore out of Lake, Kansas. 2-3 look defensively now for the Blue Dragons. Fred Adams also in there for the Conquistadors. 10 to shoot. Asia Poole has the ball. Also a new face in there for Dodge City. Adams drives by Bradshaw. Kick to the corner, shot up by Poole from 15 is too long. Rebounded by Jada Mickens. Ahead to Dejanay Roebuck. Roebuck was grabbed on the way up. Missed it, but will go to the line to shoot 2. Asia Poole charged with her first foul.
And Dejanay with all the points so far. 4 points for her, 4 for the Dragons. Opportunity at the foul stripe right now to shoot it up and in.
What a season Dejanay Roebuck has been having. Averages over 15. 5 points more than the second leading scorer for the Blue Dragons in Michaela Van Eck. First free throw is too strong. So for the moment, the Dragons still ahead by 4. 5:16 left to play here in the first. Action from Dodge City, Kansas. Second free throw is good. Dejanay quickly kicks it back out to Adams for 3, no good. Rebound to Jada Mickens. She's been a force down there on the defensive end so far for Hutchinson Community College. Tia Bradshaw started to throw the ball down. It was kicked by the Dodge City defender.
Hutchinson basketball.
Zach Lowell in his third season for the Conquistadors, substituting freely as we talked about. Has a bench of about 15 total players he could go to. And has 9 players in conference play averaging 5 or more. Dragons once again find a wide open Dejanay Roebuck. The space was closed at the last second by Kaylin Maple. And Maple fouled Roebuck on the way to the left side of the basket.
All right, going at the line will be Roebuck. She's been solid tonight so far. 5 points total. Split the last pair. She's at the line.
First free throw is good for Dejanay Roebuck. There is something on that Dodge City Conquistador defense that needs to be fixed. Roebuck has been left wide open the last couple of trips. Second free throw is also good. She's 3 for 4 from the line. Has all 7 of Hutchinson's points. It's a 7-0 run to open this one.
Full court pressure now
for the Blue Dragons. Roebuck comes away with the steal. Pushed the ball ahead to Schimmel, and Schimmel was fouled in the front court by Asia Poole, her second.
Special thanks to Josh Gooch and Steve Carpenter for touching base with me by way of text. We've got the audio cleaned up and fixed now, so we should be good to go on the stream. And by the way, if you're not watching the stream, go to BlueDragonsports.com and just go to the YouTube channel for the Blue Dragons, for Hutchinson Blue Dragons. Hutch Blue Dragons on the YouTube channel. Turn around by Mickens.
She got it. First Blue Dragon other than Roebuck to score. Jada Mickens puts the Dragons up 9-0 with 4:15 to play in the first. New face for the Conquistadors. Faith Cattouse has not played since January 14th when the Dodge City Conquistadors last won. That was against Colby. An 8-point victory.
Cattouse out of Pasadena, Texas.
Fred Adams works the ball around Maple, then to Nelson. Nelson inside to the trap, has to bring it out. 3 to shoot. Now the Conquistadors will throw it away. 6 turnover. Tia Bradshaw comes away with it. Tried to go with a right-handed layup on the left side of the basket. Couldn't get it to go with the pressure. And here come the Conquistadors. Wide open in the left corner. Step back dribble for Haley Hill, and she knocks it down. So 6.5 minutes into the contest, the Conquistadors finally on the board. This with a 3.
Yeah, a big 3 right there. Makes it 9-3 your score. Blue Dragons still on top.
Roebuck guarded on the right block now. Hill will follow her all the way around the paint. Van Eck from the left side. She answers with the tray.
And that's what she usually does.
Dragons a little bit slow getting back. Roebuck just does cut off Cattouse. Ball works left side wing to Nelson. She goes right block, and the Conquistadors nearly had back-to-back baskets, but Maple could not get it to go. Blue Dragons get going a little bit too fast. The ball's thrown away. 4th turnover on Hutchinson.
That's a situation where the Blue Dragons still in pretty good control with only their 4th turnover. Both teams kind of split that going down up and down the court as we started early action here with turnovers.
Dragons drop back now after the turnover. Darren Dunn and Glenn Grunwald with you on Hutchinson's Country Station, Country 102.9. Also on KWBW, 1450 AM and 98.5 FM. Wild shot thrown up by Cattouse. Drew nothing. Dragons come away with it and promptly throw it away. Looking ahead to Michaela Vanette, and she's frustrated as she tracks the ball down out of bounds and gives it to the official.
Nice job of getting down court, though, so you can tell their MO is to get in full court transition. They did a good job of it.
Did not see Lauren Mapasua in the last contest. She's in there for the Blue Dragons now, guarding Allie Baker. Baker pulls up long way from the basket, gives it off to Ewing. Michaela Ewing walks with it.
And have you ever had plantar fasciitis?
Is that what she was suffering
exactly,
from there?
And they got her all fixed up, and now she's in the ball game.
2:22 left to play in the first quarter of action. Dragons 12, Conquistadors 3. Keely Tinney works the ball to the left side. Michaela Vanette thought about a 3. Instead, finds an open Mickens inside. She got pushed over by Kaylin Maple. No call. And the Conquistadors come away with it. 8 minutes have gone by here in the first quarter of action. Another walk. Going inside was Ashley Nelson. And she had her plant foot down, but decided to pick it up early.
Is that 5? 5 to 6 turnovers against Dodge City.
Yeah, I've got them for 8.
Okay. I missed a couple. Thank you.
And a couple of back-to-back walks. You go back to another unforced error by the Conquistadors. It was another travel that occurred from the left wing earlier in this quarter. Mickens has the ball up top. Hands off to Schimmel. Schimmel looking against this man-to-man defense. Tinney came open for a split second underneath. The Blue Dragons say, hey, we see your turnover. We'll up you 1. The Dragons now have 6.
So Dodge City will have the basketball with 1:39 to go in the quarter.
Allie Baker will bring the ball across. Lauren Mapasua waits for her at the timeline. Mapasua forces her left. Ball goes left wing to Alec Fitz. Guarded by Kelsey Brett in there now for the Blue Dragons. 1:25 left to play in the first quarter of action. Dragons up by 9. Little bit of an opening for Baker. She tried to take it, but it was cut off quickly. The Conquistadors with 5 to shoot. Shutter step put on by a driving Hill. She had it blocked underneath, got the ball back, put it up and in for 2.
Yeah, she has 5 points. All 5 of the Conquistadors' points from Haley Hill.
Vanette puts on the jab step, got all the way into the paint, and was fouled at the rack.
Could it be on Rowley or?
Yeah, should go on Rowley first.
Rowley picks up the personal, will be her first. So at the line will be Vanette, who's a 65% free throw shooter.
Comes just the second Blue Dragon to shoot free throws in this game. Makes the first one. She joins Dejanay Roebuck, who has already been there twice. Michaela Johnson makes an appearance for the Blue Dragons. Kaylee Dale comes in for the Conquistadors. Dale, the 6-footer. Johnson for the Blue Dragons, 6'2". Second free throw just rattles out, but offensive rebound to Keely Tinney. She pulls the ball back out, and with under a minute left in the first quarter, the Blue Dragons have a chance to put another shot up. Tinney picks up her dribble, was looking for Mapasua in the corner, and Mapasua couldn't handle it. Turnover number 7 for the Blue Dragons.
Yeah, just skipped in and out of her hands to the corner with 45.2 to go. Dodgeville had the ball. They're down 13-5 first quarter action.
Not full court pressure this time by the Blue Dragons, but Mapasua will pick up Baker at the half court line. Hand off right side to Fitz. Fitz goes to the free throw line. Down to the left block. Almost lost the ball. Now she does. Picked up by Vanette. 9 turnovers for the Conquistadors. Ball ahead to Mapasua. She snags it this time from Vanette. Can't get the reverse lay-in to go. Battle for the rebound. Will have a jump ball. It stays with Hutchinson.
Good hustle by Mapasua, number one. She got a little too far under, tried to reverse it up and caught the glass in the rim, but got the rebound, tried to go up and was tied up.
Shot clock is dark. 23.6 to play. Dragons inbound from the right side of the baseline. Ball works up to Brett. Brett to Van Epp for three from the right wing. No good. Got her own rebound and puts it in for two. She went all the way from beyond the three-point arc, tracked down her own rebound underneath the basket, and put it back up and in for two.
Yeah, great job. Great hustle. Great court awareness.
Conquistadors have to hurry for a shot. They don't know it, and time will run out. The shot goes in. Glenn, that shot did not go off in time, but the officials have given the three-pointer to Allie Baker.
Yeah, they sure did. Baker knocked down the three. Timeout's going to be taken. We'll see if they sort it out or not. But that red, it turned red and was still in our hands, but they say, nope, it was not. John On just chatting about it. 15-8 is your score. We'll take a timeout. Second quarter just around the corner.
This is Carter Fowle, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
Vehicles are getting pretty smart these days with semi-automatic control features that make driving easier. But riding an RCAT vehicle is easier yet. You don't have to do a thing. Just stand along the route, wave your hand at the driver, and hop on. RCAT is first come, first served general public transportation that travels throughout Hutchinson and South Hutchinson hourly, on weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 694-2913 for further information.
Still on the fingertips of Allie Baker. She threw up a three after the buzzer. Officials, though, said it was good. So with that, the Blue Dragons have a 7-point lead instead of a 10-point lead after one here in Dodge City. Lynn Grunwald, Darren Dunn with you on Country 102.9 and KWBW. Conquistadors throw it away. Right into the passing lane goes Keely Tenney. And for a team that only averages 12.6 turnovers a game in conference play, the Conquistadors already have 10. Lauren Mapasua makes quick work of the Conquistador defense, drives all the way in and lays it in for two.
Good to see that. Lauren get on the map. She averages 3.6 a game.
Dragons have Johnson, Mapasua, Brett, Tenney, and Van Epp in the contest. Working against the Conquistadors. Baker, who hit that buzzer three officially, kicks the ball up top to Maple. Maple from 15, no good, but she got her own rebound. Johnson couldn't get there in time for the box out. This time, make sure the box out is body to body. And the shot by Rowley is no good. Blue Dragons pull it away. Minute gone by here in the second quarter. Mapasua drove in, had an opportunity for a shot, but passed it off to Van Epp in the corner. And Van Epp knocks down her second three-pointer of the game. She has 9.
She's right at her average at 10.7. Van Epp with the three. By the way, the Blue Dragons shooting 41.7% in that first quarter of action.
Baker, shot no good underneath, pulled away by Brett. It's a 2-on-2 break. Outside to Mapasua for three. No good. And Baker just gets in there at the last second to get the rebound away from Keely Tenney. Haley Hill working against Kelsey Brett. Man-to-man defense by the Blue Dragons. Rowley tried to go backdoor. Conquistadors opted not to go there. Now from the right wing, all the way inside the right side. Left-hand try from Alec Fitz, no good. At 5'6", she's had some problems under there against the post players for the Blue Dragons. 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Dragons up by 12. Van Epp nearly threw it away. Brett pulls it down. Mapasua, corner three, no good. Offensive rebound almost there for Tenney, but she was the last one to knock it away.
Blake Baker playing off of Mapasua. Substitutions for the Blue Dragons. Mapasua will take a seat. Van Epp will take a seat as well. Tenney and also Kelsey Brett back in will be the normal starters. Plus Kramer and also Schemmel will be in there as well. So, and also Johnson, Michaela Johnson checking in. So, Roebuck and a whole new host of players.
Roebuck all the way in. Wasn't even bothered by Kaylin Maple at 6'1", who went straight up. And Roebuck has 9. Right side, dribble drive by the Conquistadors. It's Nelson. She kicks it back out. Ball works around the horn to Fitz. Top of the key now, back to Adams. She dishes and decides to go set a screen. Pulls off that screen, gets the ball back for three, nothing. But the bottom of the net for Fred Adams.
Adams out of Evansville, Indiana, knocks that one down. All of a sudden, it's 22-11. Dragon lead is cut a little bit.
17th three-pointer of the season for Adams. Michaela Johnson on the inside. She had it blocked away by Kaylin Maple. It was 6-2 against 6'1". And 6'1" won that time down. Back-to-back three-pointers now for the Dodge City Conquistadors. Starting to catch fire. Ashley Nelson knocks down a triple.
Well, Nelson and Adams only both averaged right around 6.7, 6.5 a game. Here's a Roebuck three.
Off and no good. Rebounded by Ashley Nelson. Guarded by Sarah Kramer. Hands the ball off to Adams. Adams works across the court to Fitz. Tia Bradshaw back in there for the Blue Dragons. And she left her man wide open. Underneath the basket, it's Kaylin Maple for two.
Her first basket. All of a sudden, it is 8 unanswered points by the Conquistadors.
12 of the Conquistadors' 16 have come off three-pointers. Dragons try a three of their own. It's short from Tia Bradshaw. Long rebound. Comes out to Fred Adams. She had an offensive player fall down, so she continued the 1-on-3 break by herself. Shot up and no good. Pulled down by Schimmel. She pulls off the skip to Mailou. Finds a wide-open Dejanay Roebuck.
Nice.
Roebuck kisses it off the glass for two. She has 11. Zach Wohl has seen enough. He'll take a 30-second timeout. Dragons lead at 24-16. 5:54 left in the second. We're back after this.
Just as the Hutchinson Blue Dragons athletics are a tradition, so is the Anchor Inn in downtown Hutchinson. Whether you plan lunch or dinner or even take out for home, the Anchor Inn is a great family restaurant that you are sure to enjoy. Order off their great menu or take advantage of the Anchor Inn's awesome buffet. You'll make a great choice either way. The Anchor Inn is also a great spot to meet up with old friends and acquaintances because everyone goes to the Anchor. That's the Anchor Inn at 128 South Main in Hutchinson, proud supporters of Hutchinson Blue Dragon athletics.
Just over 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter of play. The Dragons started to pull away with this one, but a couple of three-pointers got the Conquistadors back within 8.
Nice defense by the Blue Dragons for most of the game, but all of a sudden the three ball was open and a little put back underneath. 8 unanswered points. 24-16, Hutch on top.
Kramer, Roebuck, Mickens, Vanette, Schimmel in there for the Blue Dragons defensively in man-to-man. Nelson kicks the ball across to Adams. Adams brings it back out to the left corner. Cattouse, guarded by Kramer, goes up high, throws it down low, and splitting the double team goes Kaylee Dale for 2. Dale had 10 points, shot 5 for 6 in her last contest against Seward. A team that the Conquistadors had down by 10 at halftime.
That's what Travis told me the other day.
Ended up losing that game by 12. Shot up by Kramer, no good. Pulled down by the Conquistadors. Quickly ahead to Adams. The trailer, Dale, gets it in the paint and kicks it back out. Drive to the hoop for Adams. She'll bring it back outside. Dragons fall back defensively. 12 to shoot for the Conquistadors. Dale has it right wing. Goes corner to Cattouse. Cattouse outside to Adams. Another three, no. But an offensive rebound by Kaylee Dale. She nearly threw it away, trying to set the offense back up. Vanette jumped the route, but knocked the ball harmlessly out of bounds in front of the Blue Dragon bench.
4:41 to go, second quarter of play. Inbounding will be the Conquistadors.
Adams at 5'5", the freshman from Evansville, Indiana. Directs traffic. Sends it to the left side to Maple. Vanette tried to play the screen, and instead allowed Cattouse to drive to the lane. Cattouse, despite the contact, throws the ball out of bounds. We'll have to see how they stat that. That's possibly another turnover. I guess she sort of shot the ball into the side of the goal.
Yeah, came off the side of the goal and then trickled out of bounds. So it will be Hutchinson basketball up by 6, 24-18.
Ball goes to Mickens. She works it around to Vanette. Vanette goes down to a knee. Able to keep her dribble and stand back up. The Dragons have 10 to shoot. Mickens calls Schimmel over. hands the ball off. 5 to shoot now for Schimmel. She pulls up. Both defenders fall down. Had a good look at the basket, but hit the wrong side of the backboard. Didn't draw rim. Conquistadors come away with it in the paint. In between 3 defenders went Ashley Nelson. Couldn't get the shot to go. She's the second player on this Dodge City team who played high school basketball with the Blue Dragons' Tia Bradshaw. Foul up near half court goes against the Conquistadors. That's Adams picking up her first.
And on to the first of the quarter. We're sitting at the 3:48 mark in this quarter of play, and just under 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Hutchinson with a 6-point lead in the possession. Hutch had everything going their way, and all of a sudden that 8-0 run by Dodge tightened it up a little bit. And, of course, Abby Ogle with 2 on the bench with 2 fouls.
Roebuck started this game off quickly for the Blue Dragons with that 7-0 lead. Now it's at 6. 3:40 to go in the second quarter of action. Van Etten thought about a 3, pulls it down instead. Fitz all over her, and the Dragons throw it away. A lot of contact by Fitz, but it'll be officially statted as a turnover. 3-point opportunity for Nelson. Off the left side of the basket. Pulled down by Roebuck. She wants to go the distance. Left side, right-handed layup. She scooped it up and under. Nelson created the contact, and Nelson picks up the foul. Roebuck goes back to the line.
Yeah, Roebuck was going around that left side. She was trying to draw. They had Mickens down there trying to draw the defender over, and at the very last second, the defender did close in on Roebuck for the foul. And it's going to go against number 11. That's Ashley Nelson. She'll pick up the personal foul. 2 shots coming away at Roebuck.
Roebuck already has 11. Make it 12. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
And she's just misconsistent. It's always going to be there, right? At 15.4, she gets you 16, 18, 14 points a night. Very consistent ball player.
Second free throw also up and good. She has 13, had 10 all of last game to go with her 8 rebounds. And with just over 3 to go, Dragons up 26-18. Adams works against Kramer. Gives it off to Nelson. Nelson at the elbow, kicks it out to Adams. Adams wants to drive, and she threw an elbow in there. Enough for the offensive foul to go against Fred Adams of the Conquistadors.
No, it's going to go against the other way. It's going to go against the Blue Dragons.
They're going to get Kramer reaching in there.
They sure are.
Kramer's
going to pick up the personal.
The way that signal was given, where she threw the elbow and then the fist to the opposite direction, usually indicates an offensive foul. That's one that we're going to want to talk about after this game.
Nice job on the block.
Adams on the inside, had it blocked away by Tia Bradshaw. Tia Bradshaw to the other left block. Pulls it back out instead to Van Etten. Van Etten, the runner, tried to kiss it off the glass, no good. Got her own rebound. Dragons with a fresh 30. Tia Bradshaw backs it out. Man-to-man defense put on by the Conquistadors. Roebuck goes right wing to Schimmel. Schimmel to a cutting Van Etten. Van Etten into the double team. Tried to throw it back up top. No one was there. And the Blue Dragons will throw it away. Backward violation.
Yeah, over and back. Van Etten got no man's land. Thought there would be a guard back there, and it was not. And just tossed it back. Schimmel had to get to it before a Dodge City player did. And ends up being over and back.
Schimmel almost didn't get there in time. Didn't feel the pressure of the Conquistador behind her. And just did touch it to get that dead ball violation. Otherwise, the Conquistadors would have been heading the other way.
8-point Dragon lead.
2:24 left before the break. Between the leg dribble for Baker, guarded by Bradshaw. Left corner wide open, Fitz for 3. Too strong. Picked up by Schimmel. She goes behind the back, dribble in the backcourt, gets a screen from Mickens. Has a 4-on-4 opportunity. Tried to go against the much taller Caitlin Maple. At 6'1", Maple blocked it away. Out to Bradshaw. Bradshaw inside the lane, had a good look. Couldn't get the lay-in to go. Under 2. Left in the second quarter. Dragons up by 8. Here on Country 102.9 and KWBW. Ball goes up top to Rowley. Rowley left wing to Hill. Hill backs down. She'll get the and one. She was working against Dejanay Roebuck. Roebuck got the arm. And Hill, unfazed, knocked it in for 2. She'll go to the line for 1.
Yeah, Haley Hill out of Allen, Texas, sophomore, 6'1". 7 points for her in the end, 1 coming her way. 26-20, the lead for the Blue Dragons is 6 with 1:43 to go.
Free throw is good. Hill now with 8. That's her average. Had 13, though, and 6 in her last contest. And the lead is cut to 5 for the Blue Dragons with 1:43 before halftime. Hands on the hips for Baker, trying to get into that defensive stance against Tia Bradshaw. Mickens, hands off in front of the Conquistador bench to Van Adt. Van Adt looking inside, but goes left side wing instead to Schimmel. Schimmel, cross-court pass. Bradshaw takes a jab step. Dragons with 5 to shoot. Into the hands of Schimmel now. Thought about a 3, had it closed off. Bradshaw for 3 as the shot clock goes off. No good. Rebounded by Maple. Here comes Dodge City. Nelson started to go inside, had it cut off by Roebuck. A minute left before the break. 3-pointer up and no good by Allie Baker. Bradshaw pulls it away. 55 ticks left before halftime. Dragons trying to build this 5-point lead. Corner 3 for Schimmel.
Ooh.
Rattled out on her. Halfway down, came back out. She comes away with the rebound, and the Blue Dragons will take a timeout. Blue Dragons with 43 seconds left in the second quarter, lead at 26-21. We're back in half a minute.
Next Tech Wireless has plans for every lifestyle, including our new and improved Advanced Pay Plan. Get the nationwide coverage and data you want without a commitment. Plans start at $30 per month, and you can get unlimited everything for as low as $35 per month. Activate a new Advanced Pay Plan and receive a free Moto G4 Play. Or receive your first month free when you purchase a new phone or bring your own phone. 'Tis the season for savings. Visit Next Tech Wireless today. Certain restrictions apply.
Hi, Brian Bobo, General.
The acoustics are beautiful in this Dodge City Student Activity Center. And Glenn Grunwald, what we mean by that is a coach could be whispering on the far side of the court away from us, opposite side. And even if they're whispering like this, we can hear every single word.
Zach Lowell was not whispering.
I was going to say, imagine what it sounds like when they're shouting. And here's the reason Zach Lowell is so upset. He asked, going into that timeout, he asked the head official for this game, Rodney Palin, what do we got? Is it a 30? Is it a full? Rodney Palin said 30. All the other officials signaled a 30. And then halfway through that 30-second timeout, Lowell found out
it was a full
timeout.
And he wasn't too happy about it. So Hutchinson will have the basketball. And the official lays the ball down, starts the 5 count. Blue Dragons just break huddle. They finally get it into Bradshaw. Bradshaw sets it up.
Ball was placed at the Blue Dragons' disposal. They get it in. 20 to shoot. Dragons nearly threw it away. Into the hands of Bradshaw now. Corner for Kelsey Brett for 3, right in front of Zach Lowell. No good. Poked away by Michaela Van Adt on the long rebound. The shot clock is dark, and the Dragons can take this one into the break if they want to.
Yeah, they can take it to dark or take it to 0.
5-point lead, 15 ticks left. Left elbow to Brett, outside to Schimmel, inside right block to Mickens. Had it knocked away at the last second by Maple. Blue Dragons will inbound from the baseline. 10.5 left before the break. 5-point lead for the Dragons. Once led this game at 7-0. Bradshaw needs to hurry to throw it in. She does to Van Adt. Van Adt had the defender draped across her. Turns around calmly as the defender falls down and knocks down the triple. Her third triple of the game. Will it be answered at the buzzer by Baker? No. And the Dragons will go into halftime with a 29-21 lead in Dodge City. We're back in 2 minutes.
Hi, Brian Bobo, General Manager at Midwest Toyota. And with a new year brings big savings on leftover models. Like a new 2018 all-new body style Camry LE with an MSRP of $26,549, now only $21,999. Or how about a 2018 Tundra 4x4, list of $41,278 for only $34,999. Hurry, because when they're gone, they are gone. So come see us at 1100 East 30th or online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
At Strategic Financial Concepts, we help our clients analyze and understand their financial needs, wants, and desires. We help individuals that want to improve their personal wealth who are near or starting retirement by helping people recapture unnecessary wealth transfers that many do not realize are occurring and help them to redeploy those funds. This is Jay Pitzer. Call me at 960-0749 for a cup of coffee and a conversation. Securities offered through the ON Equity Sales Company, member FINRA, SIPC, investment advisory services offered through ON Investment Management Company.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Your life is busy. Are you ready to open an account, apply for a loan, check your balances, make a transfer, deposit a check, pay bills? With electronic banking from The First, you can now take care of all your mini banking needs from the comfort of your home or office. Anytime, anywhere, 24/7. Visit fnbhutch.bank to get started. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, welcome back to Dodge City. 29-21, Hutchinson with the lead over the Conquistadors. Glenn Grunwald along with Darren Dunn. It's time for the Medicine Shop in-game capsule brought to you by that Little White Castle at 14th and Main. Flu season, it is here, folks, so pay attention. Get your flu shot there if you have not been vaccinated for the flu yet. Just stop in and see Lacey, and she'll be able to take good care of you. Also, the Shingrix vaccination made by GlaxoSmithKline is back in stock. So if you need your second one, they're starting to call those that need their second vaccination. It is available as well. Also, don't forget they deliver. Just a great little White Castle right there, 14th and Main. Rich Stone and the gang do a great job. It's time for the Medicine Shop in-game capsule. And here with the numbers, here's Darren Dunn.
Blue Dragons lead it at the break, 29-21. If not for a couple of back-to-back trays for Dodge City, could be much worse. Dragons led it at one point, 22-11. Those three-pointers helped the Conquistadors stay in this contest. The Conquistadors with officially 12 turnovers at the break. This team turns the ball over the least in conference play. They average 12.6 a game, have already pretty much matched that number at halftime. The Blue Dragons with 9 turnovers for themselves. Abby Ogle got into a little bit of foul trouble. She's pulling a 1 million at this point. She has just a couple of fouls here in the contest, no other stats. Lauren Mapasua able to come into the game, knock down a couple of points. She's 1 for 3 from the field. Tia Bradshaw trying from the three-point line. Nothing going for her. She's 0 for 3 from out there. Has 2 points after one half, but 3 rebounds to go with it. Dejanay Roebuck has 11. Remember, she scored the first 7 for the Blue Dragons. Went to the line, shot 7 times from the charity stripe. Pulled down 4 rebounds to go with it. Michaela Van Ett, how about her with 3 three-pointers in that first half of action? She finishes with 12 points. So between her and Roebuck, 23 of the team's 29 in that first half of action. The Blue Dragons shooting 33% from the field, 25% from beyond the arc, and just under 67% from the free throw line. Have missed 3 times from there. For Dodge City, shooting 27.6% for the contest from the floor. Having trouble finding a scorer, but we knew coming into this game they rely on about 9 different people to score about 5 points per game. So Fred Adams knocked down a 3. Ashley Nelson knocked down a 3. 4 points for Kaylin Maple, 5 points for Allie Baker. Had that questionable 3 at the end of the first quarter. We went to red lights. The clock had gone to zeros. The officials gave her that three-pointer. That's 3 of her 5. And then Haley Hill has 4. Blue Dragons have out-rebounded the Conquistadors 25-16 at the break. Blue Dragons with an 8-point lead at 29-21 in Dodge City. Glenn is back with a special guest. We're back in 2 minutes.
HCC Sports is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, Barkley Plumbing, Burning Chiropractic Center, Tim and Gina Ritter, along with Brian Strange of the Green Vision Group, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Wade Patton Insurance, A&A Builders, Bold Office Shares, Mega Manufacturing, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Lowen Corporation, Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, and by Mann, Wyatt, and Rice, LLC. These Sportscaster Club members help provide funds for HCC scholarships.
The Hutch Medicine Shop and the Hutch Blue Dragons have a lot in common. In addition to our logos both being blue, all 3 pharmacists at the Medicine Shop graduated from HCC. Rick Stone in 1984, Brent Bauman in 2001, and Lacey Stone in 2007. In fact, the Medicine Shop has employed over a dozen HCC students over the past 15 years who are now Kansas pharmacists. The Medicine Shop and the Blue Dragons working together as one team.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112. Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
For over 15 years, Erickson Custom Building has designed, built, and remodeled homes and commercial projects in central Kansas. Whether you're looking to replace a deck, wanting to build an addition, or remodel your kitchen, our customers receive individualized attention, quality craftsmanship, and exceptional customer service from start to finish. Erickson Custom Building offers new construction and remodeling services in addition to commercial and insurance projects. Visit our website today at ericksoncustombldg.com.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Dodge City. 29-21 at halftime. Blue Dragon ladies of Hutchinson on top of the Lady Conquistadors. Joining me now, Chase Swanson, sophomore from Bueller. He's one of the game day workers for the Blue Dragons, has been the last couple of years. And Chase, nice to have you on.
Thanks, Glenn.
I've known you since you were knee-high to a grasshopper. You know that?
I know. It's definitely been an experience being on this crew and, you know, experiencing it from a different point of view from whenever I was a little kid when my dad was coaching and compared to now where I get to kind of see the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Well, I also want to talk a little bit you also have scrimmaged against the girls. Talk about that adventure that you have. Was that when you were a senior in high school, or were you already a student at Hutchinson Community College?
Yes, sir. I have been practicing with the women's basketball team for 2 years now. I didn't do it in high school, but I started last year. Some of my high school
So you still
buddies
do
and
it?
Yeah.
That's where the scar came from under your knee?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Jada and I, I went for a rebound, and I'm not very tall. I'm 5'8", and Jada's 6 foot, so I caught an elbow, but we're healing up.
So, all right, let's talk about the game day responsibility that you have. Now, you guys, number one, if there's any students out there that want to get involved, they can get a hold of Steve Kappenman or Steve Carpenter, any of the guys out there. But talk about what your responsibilities are to game day.
Well, you know, it keeps you extremely busy, but it's books and tuition scholarship, and basically what we do, it's called game operations. Before every single game, we basically make sure that everything goes according to plan. We basically make sure that everything in the athletic experience for the athletes here goes the way that they want it to, and the same way it goes for the coaches. So before the game, we'll get pizza and Chick-fil-A to the 1928 room, to our sponsors. We run video board, we run music, we do stats for CARP, but that's a different point of view, a different area.
Tonight you're on the Twitter. You're on the Twitter feed.
Oh, yeah, we're tweeting tonight. We're doing stats. We're staying busy.
Well, also, there's during breaks at home games, at least, we have all kinds of activities that go along with the little carts, the sumo wrestlers, the timeouts. You're responsible for lining up people for that as well.
Right. So we actually just brought on a new kid. His name's Cade McLean, and he's been a huge help. But he's adapting, and so basically what he does is he goes and he scouts out some kids that would want to play some games during the media timeout to kind of keep the crowd going and get some free food for the kids, but they stay busy with that, and we do cards, and we put some people in sumo suits and stuff like that. So
also, we want to let folks know that you are enrolled full-time and has a physical on file. That's important to know regarding working out with the girls as well. So I'm always teasing Rusty to say during one of the timeouts, my favorite is the chicken sling or whatever you call it, the rubber
chicken game.
I still think he's got to do it someday.
I know.
We've got to line that up.
I
think that should be an honorary thing for him to go over there. And if they're really good shooters, they could put it right in there, and he wouldn't have to move a lick.
Oh, I know. We should try and get him on.
Either that or the sumo.
Oh, definitely. Oh, those things take a while to get into from personal experience as well.
What are you wanting to go on and do? I know you're looking at some 4-year schools. Do you want to go into athletic management, into like an athletic director, or do you want to coach? I've heard you say that before.
I really do want to coach, but I don't know if that's in my dad's best interest. I am accepted into KU and K-State as of now. It's just a matter of figuring out where I want to go. I'm double majoring in hopes of double majoring in sports management and business. I'd like to get involved at the professional level, but obviously you got to work your way up.
Well, you're getting some good experience, and I know you talked to me about the fact that you'd like to maybe work at the next level with whatever school you go to with the basketball, the men's basketball team or women's basketball team, either one, and that's your aspirations to do that. So I've known you for a long time. I think whatever you're going to do, Chase, you're going to be very successful in life because you got your head on straight. You're one of the good guys around now. I've known your dad forever because you've heard all those stories. Yeah, when he played softball for me. And
I used to swim at your house.
Yes, exactly. I think you did swim at our house when you were a little kid, and also have been around when you would come and stay the summers. And of course, you graduated from Bueller, so it's good. What are you majoring in at Hutchinson CC?
Sports management.
Okay.
But if I go to KU, I plan on majoring in sports management and business. And if I go to K-State, it'll be just business. But I'm trying to get on as a basketball manager at both schools. So we're just kind of figuring out the best plan and the best ideal for that. But we'll see what happens.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people that have done that have went out into coaching and get that. I think you can still see you being a coach someday. Who can shoot better, you or your dad?
Oh, well, now that he just turned 50, I'm not quite sure about that. Probably me.
You also know that there was just a date a couple days ago that 7 overtime win down in Derby that popped up on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, and your dad was instrumental. He hit a half-court shot to send it to overtime. Reggie Morton hit a half-court shot for Derby to send it to overtime. That went 7 overtimes. I think that's one of the longest in Kansas history. You've heard about that.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about it from you and Rusty.
All right. So that's good. So good to see. Well, good luck to you. Okay?
I appreciate that.
You betcha. Nice to have you on.
Thanks.
Good to have you with us. Chase Swanson, one of the fine students at Hutchinson Community College. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Darren back with the play-by-play. We'll be back right after this.
Tax reform impacts virtually every tax return this year. That means yours, too. If you're wondering what that means for you and your refund, but don't want to spend hours reading the tax code, head over to H&R Block. No one knows tax reform better than Block. Their tax pros will help you find every credit and deduction available, so you get every dollar you deserve. Because wouldn't you rather spend more time thinking about what to do with your maximum refund and less time figuring out what a TCJA qualifying eligible dependent is? Hint, it's your kid. In person or online, Block has your back.
Visit H&R Block in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
The Rothy family name has always been connected to serving the Hutchinson community, and you can expect the same kind of high-quality service when you visit Rothy Family Flooring. They believe you deserve to be treated like family, so they've invested in their own talented and trustworthy installers to lay your floors. No outside contractors will ever knock on your door if Rothy works for you. Let them show you their expansive selection of name brand flooring and trust your home to the best. Rothy Family Flooring, 325 North Main, Hutchinson.
We understand. You can't plan ahead for an illness or injury, yet you'd really like same-day treatment. That's why Prairie Star offers walk-in clinic services with a responsive medical staff to care for you and your family.
Yes, we want to be your medical home.
Welcome to Prairie Star Health Center and Walk-In Clinic, whether you have insurance or not. 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
When you're looking for jewelry that's one of a kind, remember Amelia Bedelia's filled with thousands of beads and stones, and with my passion for design, I can create something that's perfect for you. Amelia Bedelia's, 115 and a half South Main Street in downtown Hutchinson. Go Blue Dragons!
This is Kelly, owner of Brick House Boutique. Stay warm and look fabulous at the same time with comfy, trendy, and affordable clothing. You'll also appreciate the personal attention that you'll always get when you shop at Brick House Boutique. Big City Chic and a downtown boutique at 117 South Main in Hutchinson.
We're about to start the second half of play. Dragons on top 29-21. Have some work to do, Darren. And tell you what, thanks to Chase Swanson for the interview at halftime. Appreciate that. One of the good kids that go to Hutch CC and work hard each and every day behind the scenes that nobody knows about.
Yeah, and he gets to sit not exactly beside me because we have the console in between us, but he's running all the music at home games as well. So if you look down at the table, you want to put a face to the voice. That's where Chase is at home games.
What do you think about the second half?
Well, you mentioned the Blue Dragons have 29 This is a team that's number 1 in the league with over 80 points per game, held to 29 in the first half. So I would expect to see a little bit of an explosion there. And you got to look to somebody else other than Van Etten and Roebuck. I mean, it's great that they had 25 of the team's 29, but there are other scorers for this Blue Dragon offense. They just need to get going here in this second half of play. Abby Ogle back in there after sitting out much of the first half in foul trouble. Tries to loop one up, drew nothing. No backboard, no rim, and pulled down by Hill and the Conquistadors. So 1 possession and an air ball for the Blue Dragons to start the second half of play. Will not build on that 8-point lead. Conquistadors trying to cut into it. Roebuck against Hill. Hill jacks up a 3, left it short. Battle for the rebound. Pulled away by Tia Bradshaw, and as she turned to go on the break, she was fouled by Rowley, her second.
Rowley out of Woodward, Oklahoma, picks up her second, as you just indicated. So she set a little bit in that first half of play, but Hutchinson will inbound.
Conquistadors fall back. Tia Bradshaw runs point. Starts the ball around the right side to Roebuck, now to Van Etten. Van Etten guarded by Rowley. Brings it back to Roebuck. Roebuck stops at the left elbow. Got it to a cutting Ogle, but Ogle was blocked at the basket by Maple. Maple, 6'1", the sophomore out of Dodge City, one of 2 players for this Conquistador team that played high school basketball with Tia Bradshaw. 15 to shoot now for the Conquistadors. Backside pass was kicked. Ogle was trying to keep it away from Maple, and she did by kicking it away to the baseline.
Well, she got a little lucky there because Maple had beat her on the bat, about a step on her. It was a nice job by Ogle to get in and kick it away out of bounds.
Half of the shot clock left. Just over a minute gone by in the third quarter. Shot up for Rowley off the inbound, and Rowley hits a 3-pointer and becomes the 5th Conquistador to knock it down from distance.
And don't look now, but 29-24 is your score, a 5-point difference.
Back to a 5-point lead for the Dragons. Left wing to Roebuck. Man-to-man defense set up by the Conquistadors. Nice screen by Mickens to open up Ogle for 3. Ogle couldn't knock it down, and Baker turns around for the rebound. Turnover officially. Number 13 here for the Conquistadors. Van Etten ahead to Mickens, just like you do in warm-ups. 2 steps to the basket after receiving the pass. Mickens has 4.
Yeah, Jada with 4, 2 at halftime, so a nice feed right there on the fast break.
2 minutes gone by. Dragons lead at 31-24 in Dodge City. Inside to Fitz, and she's had trouble underneath in the blocks at just 5'6". That time unable to get it over the 6-foot Mickens.
Well, Mickens is physical and also down the low blocks is Roebuck, so nice job right there by Mickens to come away with the basketball. And Dodge City tried to get it back, just weren't able to right now. 31-24 is your lead. Hutchinson back up by 7.
Dodge City 9-10 on the season, 4-6 in conference play. Winners of just 2 in their last 9 contests. As Abby Ogle brings the ball up top, looking underneath for Roebuck, didn't have her. Dragons working left side to Van Etten. Van Etten, the runner from the baseline, no good. Pulled down by the Conquistadors, it's Baker. Baker, a little hop step, and got Van Etten to reach in the process. Michaela Van Etten picks up her team's first of the third quarter. 2.5 gone by. Dragons lead it by 7. Darren Dunn, Glenn Grunwald alongside you. Where Hutchinson comes to talk. KWBW, 1450 AM and 98.5 FM. Also Country 102.9. And she hit from 3 again. Rowley, no. And a foul underneath the basket on the rebound by the Blue Dragons. Oh, no.
Yep.
It is Abby Ogle, her third.
Yeah, Ogle will pick up her third. And that's a big one right there. She looked disgusted down her feet when the whistle went off.
No movement from the Dragon bench. John Anches will let her play through it. And from the baseline, the Conquistadors nearly throw it away. The ball went to the sideline to Kaylee Dale. Roebuck was there to knock it away. Alec Fitz go down to the far side corner. Conquistadors working left to right as you listen and as you watch on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Working on 3 minutes gone by here in the third. At the free throw line, Baker stops, guarded closely by Bradshaw. Ball to Fitz. Fitz dribbled it off the feet of Tia Bradshaw and then off of herself. Conquistadors last to touch it. Turnover number 14 for Dodge City.
Well, Hutchinson's had a lot of luck getting points off turnovers against Dodge. Let's see if it happens here, leading at 31-24.
Conquistadors, 14 turnovers, came into this game with the least giveaways on the season. Dragons have the shot clock down to 14. From the the right wing, it's Ogle. Works it up top to Mickens. Ball goes around the horn. Left wing to Bradshaw, 7 to shoot. Way outside to Van Ett, and in the paint a little bit too long was Jada Mickens. She gets the 3-second call for turnover number 10.
Probably had a foot in the lane. I did not see it, but 6:41 to go in this third quarter of play. Not very much scoring here in this third quarter. Hutchinson with only a couple points, 3 points for the Conquistador ladies in this quarter. So points and scoring slow in the third. That means pretty good defense.
31-24 the score. 6.5 left in the third. Asia Poole checks in for the Conquistadors. She has the ball on the right wing. Ball works the other side to Adams. Adams guarded by Bradshaw. 15 to shoot now for Poole. She has it back. Dishes to Nelson. Nelson on the inside. Working the middle of the paint from about 13 away. She was fouled by Dejanay Roebuck.
Now they're going to get it on Van Ett. That'll be her second in the act of shooting, so it will put Conquistadors at the line.
Just the second trip to the line for the Conquistadors, the first for Nelson. She knocks down the first. 4 points for her. The only other Conquistador to go to the line was in the first half. That was Haley Hill on that and one opportunity where she made good. Nelson makes good here. 5 points for her. The lead is 5 for the Blue Dragons. 6:15 left to play in the third quarter. Van Ett runs off to the baseline. Ball comes back out high to Mickens. Mickens drives in against Dale. Nice spin move. The shot not as nice. Didn't draw the rim. All air. And out of bounds on the baseline. Last touch by Roebuck trying to gather that air ball.
Yeah, she kind of just stumbled underneath, and call wasn't there. She was hoping to maybe get the foul call. Didn't go her way, I should say. And a great opportunity for Dodge City to cut into that 5-point lead again.
Dragons in the road reds. White home jerseys for the Conquistadors of Dodge City. From the right elbow, Poole tried to go up. Ogle was in her face. She had to get rid of the ball on their way back down. Gets it off to her teammate. Baker tries the shot, no good. And an offensive rebound pulled away by the Conquistadors. 23 left to shoot on the fresh 30. Baker, left wing 3, no good. Near offensive rebound again by Poole. Pulled away by Ogle. One-on-one action for Dejanay Roebuck. Pulls it up on the left block. Throws it away. 11 turnovers now on the Blue Dragons. Ball goes ahead to Haley Hill. Hill from 12. Pops. The shot is no good. And out of bounds. Last touch by the Conquistadors.
Yeah, Hutchinson will have the basketball substitution coming back in. Tenney comes back in for the Blue Dragons. Roebuck will get a break. Also coming in will be Schemmel. So last year, Hutchinson won by 15 here on this court. This is a better Dodge City team this year, Darren, and also a better Blue Dragon team. So right now with 5:16 to go in the third, both teams are struggling with identity a little bit. Now we come back and going to talk things over. Have a technical foul called on Dodge City. So something was said from the bench by the head coach for the Dodge City Conquistadors that did not set well with the officiating crew, and at the line will be the Blue Dragons shooting free throws in the person of Ogle.
Ogle, first opportunity here to get on the scoreboard. She does. That goes back to that timeout we talked about where Zach Lowell was upset with the officials for not being told the proper timeout, whether it was a 30 or a full. That's just one of those things that carried over here into the second half of play. I'll tell you the other thing that got him on that rebound when I said it was last touched by the Conquistadors, it was that shot. The Dragons almost touched it before it went
just
on the
about.
baseline.
I think Coach Lowell thought it was. So the technical foul was against him. Blue Dragons, Ogle made both of the free throws, 33-26 to catch up, and now travel call.
Goes against Schemmel. 12 turnovers now for the Blue Dragons. Talked about how good this team was defensively. Top 4 in the nation, in fact, currently holding opponents to less than 50 points per game. 17 opponents have been held to less than 40. The Conquistadors, with 15 minutes left to play, currently with 26. Left-hand dribble for Poole. Right side wing now to Dale. Dale pulls it in against Mickens. Kicks it back out to Hill. 10 to shoot. Conquistadors get it to Adams. Adams back inside to Dale. Dale turn around against Mickens. Mickens got a piece. Abby Ogle picks up the rebound. Here come the Blue Dragons. She drives against Adams. Throws in a little bit of a bow. Kicks it back out to Van Ett. Ball works around to Schimmel in front of the Blue Dragon bench. Schimmel, the left-hander. Left-handed dribble. Picks it up out top. Handoff now to Ogle. And Ogle was grabbed on the backside by Fred Adams.
Yeah, Adams picks up foul number 2. So a little too aggressive. And that's going to be the situation where the Conquistadors with 3 personals in this quarter. So not a shooting situation. Hutchinson will have the basketball, however, in a fresh 30.
Ball was beautifully blocked away from Adams, and all she could do to try and get it was to go through Ogle. That's what she did to commit the personal. 33-26 the score. 4:19 left before the end of the third. Van Ett for 3. Can she hit her 4th? A resounding yes. Right in the grill of Ashley Nelson.
Man.
Van Ett has 15.
Big three-pointer right there by Van Ett.
Van Ett, career high of 5 3-pointers. Did it in November against NEO. She has 4 here against the Conquistadors in Dodge City. Conquistadors go to the ground, and Fitz will be tied up. Possession arrow stays with Dodge City.
Van Ett now with 15. She averages 10.7 a game, but St. Paul, the Minnesota native, started to heat it up a little bit. Good to see that happening. She gets to be stronger and stronger, so these freshmen with Blue Dragons stronger and stronger.
12 points for her in her last outing. Had 3 assists, 3 steals to go with it. It's a steal here. 15 turnovers now for the Conquistadors, who came in averaging just over 12. Cross-court pass from Schimmel to Tenney. Ball works back around through Ogle and Van Ett to Schimmel. Schimmel goes left corner to Tenney. Tenney wants to drive. Pulls it up in the paint, kicks it back out to Schimmel, and Schimmel saw the opening in the lane. Her eyes got big. Her feet got going before the ball did. Turnover, number 13, Hutchinson.
Her feet got big, too, because that's her 13th turnover against the Blue Dragons. So a tough one right there. She saw an opportunity to maybe have a wide-open path to the basket. It was taken away. A 10-point lead now for the Blue Dragons.
Conquistadors nearly throw it away in front of their third-season head coach, Zach Lowell. Maintained possession, shot up and no good, but offensive rebound to Alec Fitz. And the Conquistadors have a fresh 30. 3 minutes left in the third. Dragons on top, 36-26. Three-pointer by Nelson, no good. Dragons pull it away. In front of the Dragon bench, Van Ett, the three-pointer, had it partially blocked. Tenney underneath, got the air ball for the rebound. And the shot up is no good, but she was fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, foul from behind. If you notice, she had good block out right there. The shot was not any good, but it came right down to her, and she was able to go back up. Was fouled from behind. The foul's going to be charged against Maple.
First free throw, no good for Keely Tenney. 6-foot freshman from Auckland, New Zealand.
She'll toss the second one. Averages 6.7 a game. Shoots 62.9% from the foul stripe.
4 for 6 in the last contest against Pratt. This one is up and good.
So she splits the pair. She's on the board.
Tenney becomes the 6th, the Blue Dragon, to score this evening. Dragons now up to an 11-point lead. Back to where it was early in the contest at 22-11. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third. Darren Dunn and Glenn Grunwald with you. Thank you for joining us on the air and online. Shot up and no good for Baker on the runner for the Conquistadors. Pulled away by Mickens and the Blue Dragons. Mapasua in there from 15. Baker from the backside pulled that shoulder down, and Mapasua will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Lauren, a good free throw shooter as well on the years, right under 70%, 69.6%. Hasn't shot a whole lot. She averages 3.6 a game, but has an opportunity here to get her third and fourth point.
First foul against Baker. 5 team fouls now for the Conquistadors as the first free throw goes in for Mapasua. With 2:24 left in the third, each foul now against the Conquistadors will send the Blue Dragons to the line. Mapasua, 2 for 2 from the line. She has 4. And the Dragons are back up to a 13-point lead. 2:20 left in the third quarter of action. Here on Country 102.9 and KWBW. Also online on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Ball goes left corner to Maple. Maple unsure what to do with it, so she picks up her dribble. Goes corner to Hill. Hill at 6'1", drives into the paint, awkwardly kicks the ball back out to Maple, 3 to shoot. Long 3 by Hill, no good. And there's a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, Fitz.
As she picks up her first.
And we'll walk down the other way and shoot free throws. As that's the 15th foul against the Conquistadors. Nice job by Tinney on the rebound, and she'll step to the line to shoot free throws.
You mentioned the good box-out position on the offensive end where that Vanette 3 was partially blocked, and she was in good position to get there. She does a good job as the first free throw goes in of putting a body on somebody. Too many players at this level want to turn around and think that they've got people sealed off without actually making the contact. Second free throw too strong, but Mickens is there for the rebound. She's knocked to the ground, able to maintain possession over to Tenney, and they'll get Tenney for the double dribble.
I didn't look that way from this angle, but I'll go with the official's call.
A lot of contact as she was trying to dribble in there and just got both paws on the ball. Turnover number 14. Under 2. Dragons ahead now 40-26. Led by only 8 at halftime. Had that lead cut to 5 just 7 minutes ago. And now back up by 14. Inside the paint goes Nelson. Thinks better of it. Kicks it back out to her teammate. And now it's in the hands of Baker. Baker nearly threw it away over to Hill. Hill, the spin move against Tenney. Beautiful move. Could not finish at the basket. Tenney pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, that's a beautiful move that she had, but was not able to get it up and down.
Mapasua brings the ball left wing to Schimmel. Schimmel guarded by Fitz. Schimmel gets the screen from Mickens. Step back 3, rattles out on her. Rebounded by Haley Hill. Here come the Conquistadors, a minute to play here in the third. Dragons up by 14. Ball moves to the left side. It's Alec Fitz in the left corner. Picks it up to Rowley. Rowley wanted to head for the paint, but the pass was behind her. Brings the ball back out. Hill at 6'1", has the ball 25 feet from the basket and is bailed out. The foul by Keely Tinney.
Schimmel will guard on the inbound as it gets set to. Yeah, they're going to substitute. They ever get set the inbound on that far side. She played on a high school team that won 56 straight games in high school up in Pendleton, Oregon.
From the baseline, ball goes to Fitz. Kicked back out to the inbounder. Baker couldn't get it to go. Long rebound to Dale. She knocked Mickens over in the process. 5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. As the Conquistadors kick it out to Michaela Ewing. We're seeing her for the first time. She throws it away. Turnover number 16. Mickens off to the races, and she was fouled at the half-court line, so she will go to the free throw line.
22.3 seconds remaining. Mickens probably has a lot of family here. She's from Liberal, Kansas, just down the road to the southwest corner of the great state of Kansas. Not quite the southwest. That's all the way down to Elkhart, but close enough.
First time at the line in this one for Mickens. Knocks down the first. She has 5. Sarah Kramer will check in for the last 22.3 here in the third and give Michaela Vanette a breather. Mickens' second free throw up and good. So Michaela Johnson will check in, give Mickens a breather. I've always liked that strategy to give your key players you know are probably going to go back into the start of the fourth a little more breathing time.
Give you even maybe a couple minutes, even though it's only 22.3 seconds. You get the full 1 minute timeout plus some more time.
Exactly. Shot clock is dark, 15 to shoot for the Conquistadors, now down 42-26. Fitz, caught in no man's land, throws the ball over to Ewing. Ewing out to Baker. Baker against Mapasua, pulls it back out, 3 ticks left. Once again with the ball in the last seconds, it's Dale. She does get the shot off this time, but the reverse layup is no good, and the third quarter comes to an end. Dragons ahead 42-26. Win number 20 on the line. We're back in Dodge City after this timeout.
HCC Sports is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, Barkley Plumbing, Vernon Chiropractic Center, Tim and Gina Ritter, along with Brian Strange of the Green Vision Group, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Wade Patton Insurance, A&A Builders, Bold Office Shares, Mega Manufacturing, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Lowen Corporation, Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, and by Mann, Wyatt, and Rice, LLC. These Sportscaster Club members help provide funds for HCC scholarships.
This is Carter File, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
Well, the first 4 minutes of that third period were a little iffy, but then Hutchinson was finally able to pull it away. 42-26 is your lead. Nice job of putting up 13 points in that quarter while you're holding the Dodge City to only 5.
Dodge City had that lead cut to 5 about a minute and a half into that third quarter of play. Dragons closed it out on a 13-2 run. Sarah Kramer on the inside, got it all the way down below the left block. Then Kaylin Maples said, "No, ma'am," and blocked the ball away. That's how the fourth quarter of action starts here for the Blue Dragons, up by 16. Conquistadors now on offense. For the Blue Dragons, it's Mapasua, Johnson, Kramer, Tenney, and Schimmel. Ball goes to the corner to Adams. Adams clears some space on her way into the lane. Threw in that chicken wing with the left elbow and kisses it off the glass for 2.
Yeah, pretty nifty move on that left baseline.
Elbow, meet face. That's what she did to clear some space. And it's 42-28. Conquistadors down to the Blue Dragons of Hutchinson. Minute gone by in the fourth quarter. Kramer for 3. Left it short. Rebounded away by Haley Hill and the Conquistadors. Skip step for Adams. Left it off to Nelson. Nelson guarded by Schimmel. Ball goes to the top of the key to Riley Burris, now in the contest for the first time for Dodge City. 5'8" sophomore out of Topeka. 10 to shoot. The Conquistadors throw it away. Stepping into the passing lane is Schimmel, and a routine left-handed layup for Milan.
Her first 2 points of the night.
Had 7 points and 9 rebounds against Pratt in that 69-38 victory. Blue Dragons could hold another opponent below 40 here. It would be the 18th of the season. Elbow that time for Adams. Knocks Mapasua to the ground. And the Blue Dragons come away with the ball. Kramer goes inside to Tenney. Hanging on to the backside of Keeley was Haley Hill, who picks up her first foul of the game.
Yeah, reach over right there. That will be the first team foul against the Conquistadors. They will substitute. She will check out of the contest. Checking back in will be Dale.
Michaela Johnson getting some more minutes in this one. Done a good job rebounding the ball for the Blue Dragons when she's been in. Averages a rebound for every 2 minutes played. In front of the Blue Dragon bench, Sarah Kramer knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, three-pointer by Kramer. She's known for those and makes it 47-28. Hudson up by 19. Blowing it open here in the fourth. There's a steal.
Schimmel again, this time from the right side after the steal. Yes, she has a steal and a left-handed layup. And now a steal and a right-handed layup. Schimmel has 4.
7-0 run by Hutchinson.
18 turnovers for the Conquistadors. Kramer, by the way, just the second Blue Dragon to hit a three-pointer in this one. Dragons have 5. 4 of them belong to Michaela Vanette. On the rebound, we have a tie-up. And the possession arrow belongs to the Conquistadors.
Don't forget Chilean Pie Feed Night coming up. Hall of Fame Night coming up against Colby this coming Saturday at the Sports Arena. 4:45 to 7 o'clock in gym number 3 on the north side.
21-point lead for the Blue Dragons. 2.5 gone by here in the final quarter of play. It was Nelson who found her way into the paint.
Schimmel will pick up the personal, caught her across the arm, and Nelson, who is a 58.8% free throw shooter, will toss it up and good.
3 for 3 in this one. Half of her points have come from the line. She has a total of 6.
If they're going to have any strawberry rhubarb.
Maybe if you specially request it.
That's what that is. Second free throw's up missing.
Guess who has the rebound? It's Michaela Johnson. Averages 1 for every 2 minutes played.
And she had 10 against Northwest Kansas Tech in the fourth quarter.
Ball goes to the corner to Mapasua. She can't get the three. Rebound, pops back out to the Blue Dragons. Schimmel for three, no. And pushing off underneath to get the offensive rebound was Lauren Mapasua. Ball belongs to the Conquistadors.
Emphatic call by the referee. Lauren will pick up only her first. So 7:09 remaining. Hutchinson full control, 49-29, up by 20. This will be win number for John Onges, 334 with 69 losses. Across the 400. There's a travel call against Dodge City. He crossed the 400 mark here a couple games ago of games coached.
Blue Dragons have forced the Conquistadors into 19 turnovers. A team that had the least giveaways in the conference coming into this one. And the Blue Dragons have shown that strong defense we talked about in the open once again. Lauren Mapasua driving inside after her 2 steps, kicks it back out to Tenney. Tenney can't handle it, loses the ball on the baseline. 15 turnovers for the Blue Dragons. Hovered around that 13 turnover mark for a while, which is what you've talked about with John Onches. That's where he really likes it.
Yeah, he does. He'll put up with 12 to 14, and he'll put up with more, but if the assists are more than turnovers, that's the important part.
Dragons assist on over 67% of made field goals. Riley Burris, who is in the contest, put up the baby hook, couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound went to Maple, and on the putback, Maple was fouled by Keely Tenney.
For Tenney, that will be her second. At the line will be Maple, who only has a couple points in this ballgame, averages a point a game. She misses on the first free throw. I've been informed by way of a text that I'm getting coconut cream pie.
Is that okay with you? Is that good?
Yeah, that'll work.
And so they're saying, you get what you get. Don't throw it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Maple hits the second free throw.
And the Dragons up by 19. 6:25 left in this one. Dragons trying for the 27th 20-win season in school history. Kramer, can she hit another three?
Yeah.
You betcha. She has a couple of threes here in this fourth quarter. Kramer has 6.
Doubles up her average of 3.1 a game, 3.1 points per game. Those are rolled this year.
4 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. 52-30 your score. Blue Dragons on top. Nowhere to go. Nelson picks it up in the paint. In there for a while and finally gets out. Ball swings to the corner. Shot up and no good for Burris from three-point land. And the officials will say Michaela Johnson was the last to touch the ball on the baseline.
But I actually think she put it off the Conquistadors' head, and that's what she was trying to lobby for, did not get the call.
Abby Ogle, through 3 fouls, checks back into this one. Only 2 points in this contest for Ogle, who had 13 and led the Blue Dragons against Pratt. Nelson thought about pulling up for 3. Ogle closed off the opportunity. So the Conquistadors will work more offense. Catus in there for the Conquistadors. Has Sarah Kramer within 6 feet. Tried to throw the ball over to her teammate and had it knocked away. Turnover number 20 for the Conquistadors. And here come the Blue Dragons. Locked into a corner is Kramer. Kicks it out to Roebuck on the wing. Roebuck inside to Johnson. Johnson, the turnaround in the restricted zone, and puts it in for 2.
And there was no doubt she was going to score inside. Banged inside, was able to spin away and get it up and in. 54-30, Hutchinson.
5 minutes left here on Goffberg Family Court in Dodge City. 2 steps into the contact of Kramer. Goes Catus. Couldn't get it to go, and Mapasua comes away with the rebound. It's a 3-on-none break. Mapasua lays it in for 2 lightly with the left hand. She has 6. Dragons lead at 56-30. Under 5 to go. It's a timeout. We're back in 30 seconds.
Arquette is now part of a regional transportation partnership with Sedgwick County Transportation and Wichita Transit. We are working together to provide rides to Wichita and back on Tuesdays. Wichita Transit has fixed route and paratransit service available within the city. Round trip costs range between $19 and $27. Advanced registration with Arquette is required.
First come, first serve general public transportation. Call 6 details.
Welcome back to Dodge City Student Activity Center. Blue Dragons with 4:51 left to play, lead at 56-30 here on Hutchinson's Country Station, Country 102.9, and where Hutchinson comes to talk. KWBW 1450 AM and 98.5 FM. We thank you for watching and listening on the stream as well with the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Conquistadors with the ball after Mapasua took it for the left-handed layup on a 3-0 break for the Blue Dragons. And opening up play once again, here is Poole. Poole knocks it down for her first 2 points of the game. Right elbow to Johnson. Johnson, 2 dribbles on the inside and lays it nicely over Kaylee Dale. Johnson has 4.
Nice job of Michaela to come in and produce some points inside.
58-32 the score. 4 minutes left to play. Dragons on top. Handoff, dangerous handoff for Fitz. Roebuck nearly knocked it away. Now she guards Haley Hill. Hill at 6'1", does not look the part of a guard, mainly because she's a forward, yet has played consistently 25 feet away from the basket tonight. Inside goes Poole, tries to turn around for 2, no good. Got her own rebound, and as the shot clock expired, was fouled on the way back up.
Yeah, Michaela Johnson will pick up only her first in the act of shooting. It'll put Poole at the line.
Poole becomes the 4th Conquistador to go to the charity stripe. And actually, they're going to give that ball to her on the baseline. So she will not shoot free throws. She was fouled before that shot went back up. Official explained it to Zach Lowell in his 3rd season. Baker, left side wing. Dangerous pass to Poole. Kramer was in the passing lane, just couldn't quite get there. 4 to shoot. Poole shoots over Kramer. Nothing but air there. And the ball goes out of bounds on the baseline. Blue Dragon basketball.
Well, Hutchinson kind of stumbled through the second quarter, really stumbled through that first part of the third, let Dodge get within 5, then kicked it in over into 4th gear and 5th gear, so to speak, to lead this one 60-32.
Abby Ogle, have to assume her day is done. Played much of the game in foul trouble. Started it early with 2 quick fouls. Got a 3rd one quickly in the 3rd quarter. Finishes her day most likely with 2 points. Kramer, Mapasua, Brett, Johnson, and Roebuck in the contest for the Blue Dragons. 2.5 left. 12 to shoot for Johnson from the left block. Kicks it back out to Kramer for 3. No. Left it just to the right side. Rebound tracked down by Fred Adams. Adam brings it across the timeline. Dragons up 60-32. Long 3-pointer up and good for Riley Burris, a 21% 3-point shooter. Knocks down her 11th 3 of the season.
That's big right there. Averages 2.1 a game.
6th Conquistador to knock down a 3. 2 minutes left in this one. 60-35 your score. Dragons go baseline. Now spinning to the right block is Johnson, no good. Roebuck battles down to the ground with Petrakis. And the ball will go out of bounds, last touched by Roebuck.
Yeah, it's going to be off for Roebuck with 1:53 to go. But Hutch is going to win their 20th of the year, only giving up 35 points. That's the 3rd least that Hutchinson has given up this year. They opened with Bethany JVs, let them score 32, and then Central Christian College JV scored 29.
Corner for Burris again. Can she hit another? No. Rebounded by Johnson. And Mapasua brings it across the timeline. Left wing. Brett goes high, down low to Roebuck. Roebuck the spin to the right side of the basket, no good. Pulled away by Dodge City. Burris, perhaps a 3 here. No. after hitting one, has gone 0 for 2, and Johnson pulls the rebound down again. 60-35, your score. Dragons a minute and 15 seconds away from win number 20. It'll be the 27th time in school history the Dragons have had a 20-win season.
Yeah, that's a big mark.
As the Dragons work against the 2-3 zone. Baseline from 14. Yes, she showed you her inside moves, and now Johnson shows you a little bit of range.
That's a nice baseline shot.
62-35, 50 ticks left. Petrakis, three-pointer from the top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Roebuck. Remember that name. Her twin brother plays for the men's team here in Dodge City. Both from Wichita, Kansas. We should hear his name more often in the men's contest. Kramer in the corner for three, rattles it home.
Yeah, he spun around and came down.
As the crowd goes wild, Kramer's third three-pointer.
You're rattling, am I spinning? We'll get it all together.
Burris tries to answer with the three. No good. Roebuck pulls it down. Shot clock is dark. 20 ticks left. And for the 18th time this season, the Blue Dragons will hold an opponent under 40 points. Mapasua will dribble up at center court, right by the top of the head of the Conquistador logo, as this one goes to zeros. Blue Dragons win it by 30, 65-35 here in Dodge City. Glenn is back to wrap up the numbers when we come back from this 2-minute timeout.
No time to fix breakfast? Just call us at Anchor Away 662-3100 and we'll have it ready for you. Choose from our selection of breakfast burritos, biscuits, or one of our 5 different complete breakfast plates. Breakfast from 7 to 10:30, Monday through Saturday. If you missed us for breakfast, we're here for lunch and dinner too. Pick up your favorite Mexican dinner or take some home for the family. We're open till 9. That's Anchor Away, drive-through, carry-out, and catering under the water tower at B&. Adams in Hutchinson, 662-3100.
If getting a new iPhone is on your wish list, then wish no further. At Next Tech Wireless, all smartphones, including the new iPhones, are 50% off. You can save over $350 on your new iPhone, and even trade in your old phone for more credit. Have multiple lines? That's even better, because your third, fourth, or even fifth line will get you unlimited data free for a year. Next Tech